What's up everyone? Now we should be good. I hope the audio is fine. Turn that down a little bit. Awesome. Thanks for joining in. How are you? Everything's good? Hi. Are you excited for CYRENE? Because I am. Even though there's been quite some doom posting on Reddit, I think her design is just beautiful. She, after all, still is a considerable update and improvement as opposed to Tribby, especially her E1. So yeah, I think especially if you have a dedicated Castories team, especially together with Evernight, then she will be quite a good pull. For the other Cryos Heirs, I'm not so sure. I think she is okay for Anaxa, but especially for Finon, for example, she is not that good. I don't think she's worth an update for example, Sarija or Sunday, because they're pretty good already in their roles in getting up the Finon stacks, but at the end of the day, they're just not as pretty as CYRENE is. And I'm also hoping for another Hyacine rerun, because I highly regret skipping her the last time, because I do have Lingsha on my account, so I thought that because she's quite a good healer that I wouldn't need Hyacine, but as it turns out, she brings a lot of value to a Castories team. I wonder if they even do maybe a Castories rerun, because she was released in, I believe it was 3.3, so she is due for a rerun. But I don't know, if you would put like such a big unit as CYRENE and Hyacine, which is super important, in one patch together with Castories, maybe that's a little bit too much. But let's see. How's your Genshin journey doing? Did you pull Nefer? Hyacine cast Finon. I don't think Finon yet. I'm very sure, first of all, they will rerun Castories, because she has much larger synergy together with CYRENE and Hyacine. And Finon is, I believe, 2 or 3 patches later released than Castories. I'm also very pleasantly surprised by the new Den Hang. He's actually very good, and he is an upgrade to, for example, Aventurine, or any other sustains, especially for Finon as main carry. And we got him for free, which is surprising. The last unit we got was Archer, but you really need Sparkle for him. I've tried to use him without, and it just doesn't work. Oh, you tried to get Farina's weapon? Don't! It's a trap! Her weapon really isn't that good. It's only really good if you have her at C6, because then she becomes a main DPS, but before that you're perfectly fine with any ER weapon. It's really a trap. Nefer's weapon, on the other hand, is quite good, because you can not only use it on her, but also on Nahida and Loma, for example, if you want to use her as a main DPS. And there she is. I wonder how they will make the bridge between the obvious parallels to the... I'm gonna make that a little bit more louder. To Elysia from Honkai Impact, and going away from the character they built as CYRENE in HSR. I love the Big Herder so much. I wish I was rich and could just wish for any character, but the thing is, she's basically already power crept, so there's really no point in pulling for her. Oh my god, she's so pretty!
Turn over this eternal page. Countless stars, please shine.
And her hair, look at that. It's like blue on the end. And green. It's blue and green at the top.
Finally, the end of this journey. With this fire, I wish eternal victory.
That's the new boss.
Once you take this step, there's no turning back.
I don't know if you've seen CYRENE's animations already, but they're beautiful. It's a bit too quiet. Okay, I'll make it louder. Wait. Is that better?
Towards tomorrow.
All that was once futile finally comes to fruition.
The ending is as we've written.
I hope the audio is better now. Awesome, cool. There's always this rumor that redemption codes are limited, like in their amount, but I think that's like BS. I think there's unlimited codes. You just have to be in the time span. Yeah, she's so beautiful. I fell in love with Castries already, but I do think that CYRENE's design is more beautiful than Castries. Thank you. It's almost the opposite. I mean, Castries is very dark and related to death, and CYRENE is all about love and life, very bright white and pink.
Your world has a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the version 3.7 as tomorrow became yesterday.
Can I turn on subtitles
As
somewhere?
always, I'm your host, Albert.
Hello, dear viewers. I'm
Usually they have subtitles on there, but
Miss me yet?
for some reason,
Good
not
to
this
see you,
time.
everyone. I'm Cyrene.
Hello, I'm Herda.
Let's once again welcome our dear guests with a warm round of applause.
Time passes so quickly. Somehow, we're already at version 3.7, and we're about to enter the final chapter
Oh, that
of
looks
the
so
Emporia's
cool.
story.
This artwork.
Before we knew it, our trailblazer friends went from knowing nothing about this world to forming unbreakable bonds with many people here.
Her voice is so
Our
soothing.
Express trio inherited Titan core flames,
Fits her
gained
very
new
well.
powers, and became bound to Enforius' fate. Now, together with all our fellow Chrysos heirs,
Why is the Herder
we will
there?
face this world's most dangerous and powerful enemy.
Is she
Iron Fist
relevant
himself
for the story
as
again?
The Titans of the new world.
Yes, and I feel like the importance of this battle has escalated to heights we've never seen before. Not only is this a direct confrontation between the destruction and the erudition, the forces of remembrance are also lurking on the sidelines, waiting for their chance. And we even saw the Xianshou generals in that trailer.
With the reveal of Iron Tomb's existence, the impact of this battle has expanded from just Enforius to the entire cosmos.
According to Lygus,
Yeah, the story's coming to an end.
Downfall of the entire path of erudition.
And unfortunately, it means that I don't know if you read any spoilers, but basically the whole world of Enforius will
Ravager level.
not continue, which
Facing a
means we
crisis of
won't
such
get any
vast
new
proportions, I bet the major
characters.
powers across the
And that
cosmos
also
won't just
means
sit
that
around waiting for
CYRENE
death.
will
That's right.
stay
Our
as
cosmic
restrictive
alliance
as she
being
is right
attacked,
now.
thanks to the negotiations of the
Which
Astrolabe
means you
president
can't not
and
use her in any other teams than the teams we already have.
Also, to help everyone find a direct solution in cracking Iron Tomb's core, Skrullum and I will hack into the Demiurge Matrix in the depths of that world to unravel the mysteries surrounding the final Titan, the Demiurge.
Oh,
Yeah, that's basically the point that people are arguing right now, because, for example, you have Tribby, especially with her very good E1, who is quite versatile. You can use her on the Remembrance team, but you can also use her on any other team you want, because she's that good. And as opposed to that, we have CYRENE, who is super restrictive. She wants as many Remembrance people on your team as possible, so that's what people are currently arguing about.
Creating a breakthrough in the endless cycles. Now we have completed the final Era Nova with the 3 members of the Express and Chrysos heirs becoming the Titans who support the new world. Not only that, but the Trailblazer has actually taken on the duties of Kefali, the world-bearing Titan. Once the Trailblazer proclaims the prophecy of deliverance to the world, the 12 Titans will embark on their final journey and advance toward Iron
I think
Tomb's
it
inner
feels
core.
very sudden that they came out with all this romanticism, especially for CYRENE. It feels like it comes out of nowhere. It's based on Elysia from Honkai Impact, but it's not explained at all. And that's what I believe is a problem for the storytelling.
Us to move forward.
yes, the world-bearing core flame, seized by Finan and protected by CYRENE until now, has finally been passed into my hands, becoming the hope that will sustain our new world.
The Trailblazer sounds so different in English. I always play in Japanese, and she has, by the way, she has the voice of Chlorint in Japanese. The voice of Mikasa from Attack on Titan. And that's why I'm not used to the English voices.
He's gone ahead of us and is already on the battlefield facing Iron Tomb. The first stop of this journey will be to rendezvous with him.
Oh?
The hands of time spin forevermore, and through 30 million turns, Finan not only used his own fury to scratch the arrogant Nanook, but also engaged in a deadlock.
Yeah, that was crazy. He scratched Nanook in the cinematic.
Iron Tomb away. In the upcoming story, we will head to the final battlefield, the Ruins of Time. Gravel fills the sky here with an endless expanse of wilderness stretching as far as the eye can see.
I could also see a giant sword.
Yeah, I was about to say that. What's that sword?
And a statue that resembles Finan. Are these both seals that he put in place?
That's right. On one hand, Iron Tomb was too powerful, so Finan had to use every ounce of his strength to prevent its premature awakening. He set up 3 layers of seals here, waiting for his companions to come and break them, so they could all step into the
So that
final
entire thing
battlefield
is
together.
built by
On the
Finan?
other hand, as a prison that Finan bound himself to, the Ruins of Time have manifested many complex scenes under his influence that reflect his inner world.
Looking closer, there seem to be domains symbolizing several Chrysos heirs. Finan, you must be thinking about everyone constantly, aren't you?
Hearing that really makes my old heart ache.
Finan sacrificed himself and paved the way for this world to break free from the destruction. He can leave the final battle to us.
So the whole time loop thing is really... I don't understand it, because we're talking about Finan like in the past. Is he dead or not? I mean, at what point in the story do we come in?
This will help everyone prepare better.
Do we set in like after his death? So is he gone forever? Okay, we don't have any battle sound, which is weird. And the thing is here, this Iron Tomb new boss has the same color scheme of gold and dark blue that Kaslana has. The battle form of Finan.
Oh my goodness, this is terrifying.
That's Iron Tomb, all right.
Holy moly, it's so intimidating. And there are way too many attack patterns.
With the overwhelming torrent of destruction, and that spear that seems capable of piercing through the universe.
Just show
I'm
us
starting
CYRENE
to
already.
understand what they meant by the real wild cards are the Lord Ravagers.
I remember the Cienjo folks mentioned earlier that Emporius' causality disappeared from the Matrix of Prescience. There was no way to tell its fortune. Against an opponent like this, we'll really need to give everything we've got.
We sure will.
Though the path ahead remains uncertain, where there's a will, there's a way. Old Albert believes that with so many companions working hard both inside and outside this world, we'll surely seize that precious chance of victory.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they changed the kit for CYRENE a little bit, if they adjusted it. Because the biggest problem people had with her kit was her stack generation, because I believe she needs 12 or 24 stacks, I'm not sure, to trigger her burst, and that's just not possible in any team but Castrace. That's why she's so restrictive.
Well done. You finally grasped the true essence of knowledge is power.
You can only use her in Remembrance Team, and even then she's probably bad for most of them.
I recall the first time I met Mem. From a little fairy to a rosy girl, then to the new face we now see. What kind of growth and transformation did CYRENE undergo along the way?
Then, without further ado, let's revisit CYRENE. Even as this tale
There we
approaches
go.
its conclusion, we will
Show
always
us the
remember
kit. I already seen the animations, they're beautiful, as expected. They put a lot of budget in there. She's so pretty. That's her skill, that's basically a buff. That's her ult. She has this whole ass wedding theme going on, which doesn't make sense at all for CYRENE. It does for Elysia from Honkai Impact, but not for CYRENE. It's still beautiful.
Beautiful.
But they cut the audio for some reason, I don't know why.
And look! Standing around the pink-haired girl are 3 other equally adorable girls, along with Mem.
This is the record of my journey. From its very beginning.
Prettiest
I've always
character,
been with
I
my
swear.
friend in one form or another.
Even back when she was nothing more than a little pup who could only make mem sounds. We've stood together against challenge after challenge from the Titans. From when she woke me from that unexpected train crash at the very beginning.
But thus far, they really haven't
Trials and
explained
death we
anything.
faced together to bring me back to life. Then to the most recent moment when she awakened my true memory.
They certainly won't say
and
anything
helped
about the
break free
backlash.
from Evernight's prison. Each step brought tougher challenges. Yet CYRENE always seemed to wield some special power.
Is she
able to
called
pull us back from the
CYRENE?
brink time
I
and
thought her
time
name is
again.
CYRENE.
And in that cycle, when they had an audience with the Imperator, CYRENE remained full of hope and trust.
They legit say
After the Trailblazer
CYRENE.
was kicked out of Emporius by Lycus, watching over the Trailblazer alongside the Chrysos heirs through the long years. That scene even almost made me cry.
Through this journey we shared, I was fortunate to witness all the choices my Trailblazer friend made, and how they grew up. Watching them gradually transform into the deliverer
Yeah, it doesn't make
of
sense at all.
Emporius. At the same time,
Why do you
I
want
also
marriage now?
gained so much
Who do you
courage
wanna
and
marry?
Inspiration from the hero within,
There's no one left.
shaping me into who I am now.
But above all, what struck me the most about CYRENE is her unwavering optimism and positive outlook. The way she interpreted the oracle cards with positive
I mean, they could have
symbolism,
stayed easily
the
with all
warm
that,
moments
like
we spent
positivity
together
and love.
Lizzie-eye.
But why
The story
marriage?
she told us about the Chrysos Maze Grand
She's wearing a
Restaurant.
wedding dress.
All of it felt
That's a little bit
so
too much.
touching to me.
And not only that, she's grown more and more caring. When she first took on her human form, CYRENE even helped the Trailblazer recall their wish to see Mem become a beautiful young girl.
It's so embarrassing to be caught by the person you made a wish for.
I'm still gonna pull. Doesn't matter. Mainly because I don't have
But
Tribby.
I've always wondered.
And I
now that
will
you're
never
here for
pull
your
Tribby.
cosmic
I know she's
gentleness and
good,
cruelty,
but I just don't like her.
Cyrene only ever showed her gentle side.
That's right. Even at the very end of the 3.6 story, deep within the cold and
She's
lonely
marrying all of
Cyrene,
humanity.
Cyrene remained the same as ever, brimming with hope and remaining.
Yeah, that's so
gentle
cringy. I
and
could see them pull that up.
It's like she's already gotten used to coping with all those lonely moments.
Wasn't she a Hersher in Honkai Impact?
Cyrene found herself drawn.
Isn't
to
that something like Hersher of
hoping
people
that
or
something
humanity?
unknown out there might be able to smash destiny. In her heart, she was sure that one day this small glimmer of hope.
By the way, Hersher
sparkle
is
like
also
stars
German. They really
at the
love the German
universe's eye.
language.
But, speaking of
Hersher
cycles,
is something like
Cyrene
ruler.
said many times she doesn't have the memories of those 30 million cycles. So what's the true story? Surely we're not talking about two Cyrenes here, are we?
Right. And just like Owlbert said, those records we saw in the Great Tomb of the Nameless Titan were super fascinating. It really felt like Cyrene was telling a story to someone the whole time. As the story moved forward, a lot of Amphorius' secrets cleared up. But there's still something about Cyrene that feels mysterious.
All Albert knows is that in version 3.7, Cyrene is going to share her little-known past with a trailblazer whom she trusts the most. And all these questions will be finally answered.
I see.
All right then. Let's see how she's
Okay, I
doing.
feel like the herder's just there for the visuals. She doesn't engage in the conversation at all.
I follow the path of remembrance, and I can provide my team with a
Here we
variety
go.
of support effects. While I'm in the team, all allies' damage dealt increases. When I use my skill, I create a zone. While the zone is active, each time an ally deals damage to an enemy, an additional instance of true damage is inflicted.
True damage, yep.
After using my technique, all allies gain a speed boost.
Oh, she can fly! That's so pretty.
Not bad at all, Little Pink. I really like the look of that zone.
Each time an ally targets
The herder's
a
voice
section,
doesn't fit her
I
at
get a
all.
special charge point called Recollection. Once enough recollection has been accumulated, I can activate my ultimate.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Through a cosmos
Her
filled
stack
with
collection.
memory fragments, searching for the brightest light. She must have found the most precious treasure of all. As the story of Amphorus comes to a close, Cyrene's memories become a promise that connects with the future.
Here comes the important part. The first time I use my ultimate in battle, all allies' ultimates are immediately activated.
Yep,
Whoa!
only the
So
first
it
time.
actually activates all allies' ultimates at once? It feels like if her friends give her
So it's
good
really
support,
important
then Cyrene will
when to
benefit by
time
giving her own
her
kind of
ult.
gift back to them.
Indeed. After using my ultimate, my zone persists throughout the battle, and my basic attack is enhanced to hit all enemies. In addition,
She's
a
actually
unique
quite
memo
good as a
sprite form will be
sub-DPS.
summoned.
Your memo sprite is actually yourself?
That's right. Don't I look even more dazzling?
She summons
Each time I
herself,
use
yeah.
my ultimate, Memo Sprite Cyrene immediately takes action and can select any teammate to enhance. If the selected teammate is not a Chrysos heir, then the teammate's damage dealt is increased. If the selected teammate is a Chrysos heir, they receive a special effect that is unique to that heir.
Amphorius
But they're
has
mostly all bad.
12 Chrysos
Let's be
heirs.
honest.
And if we count Cyrene and me, that makes 14 different buffs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cyrene has kept the story of the Chrysos heirs flame.
And they're showing me that he's the worst of them all.
She treasures every one of the Chrysos heirs and wishes for them to
Alexa
grow
is okay.
stronger so they can face hardships with confidence.
She's the best with Castries and Evernight, let's be honest.
With this special effect, her new bud charges can overflow. The overflowing new bud will be consumed when summoning Netherwing, while also increasing the damage dealt by Netherwing's self-detonation. And if Finan has the special effect, he will not exit his transformed state after using his ultimate.
Yeah, couple her
And he
with
additionally deals damage to
Hyacine
one
S1
random
and
enemy
Evernight
after
and you're
using
good to
an
go.
attack.
That's
So
probably
that
her
means
best case
Simon can
scenario.
just stay in his territory forever and keep using his transformed powerful abilities?
Yep, unless Kazlana's HP is reduced to 0.
Oh.
One more thing. If you'd like to learn more about each
It
Krytos
sounds
player's
cool,
exclusive special buff
the
effects,
infinite
you can
Finon
visit the
buff, but the
really
thing is he
displayed
will run out
even
of his
outside
buffs.
combat.
You need to get
All
out
right,
of there.
Albert. Put together a research report for me later.
Me?
Also, during Memo Sprite Cyrene's action, aside from choosing to apply a buff to a teammate, you can also choose to unleash damage on all enemies. If different allies have helped me accumulate recollection, then when I use this ability, it additionally deals damage to one random enemy.
Arrows pour down on the enemy like showers of shooting stars. Cyrene truly comes across as more than just powerful.
I love her animation so
She doesn't
much.
show her enemies any
So
mercy
pretty.
either.
What a battle! Having Cyrene's mighty power supporting us makes me feel ready to take on anyone.
Yeah.
With the support of her friends, Cyrene has gradually grown from a little pink fairy.
Well, I'm
into the
very
person
curious
she
about
is
her
today.
release.
From now
I do
on,
think
I'll
there will
this
be
beautiful young
a bit more
girl
backlash from the
power
Chinese
well,
community,
protect the world she
and
cherishes.
I think they have to tweak her kid.
Big thanks to
They
Cyrene
can't
for
release her
bringing
like
us that
this.
introduction. And now, it's time to take a look at version 3.7's banner.
Oh,
In the
okay,
version
please give me
3.7
high
update,
scene.
Trailblazers can acquire the limited 5-star character Cyrene and the limited 5-star light cone. This love.
Yeah, the light cone isn't that important. You can go with the free-to-play.
Both banners will remain
Just go
available
with the one
until
from the
end
Herder
of
shop.
version
That's okay.
3.7. During this period, the featured
Now
4-star
show me
characters
high scene,
and
please.
4-star light cones will remain unchanged. In the first half of
Yes!
version 3.7, a special
Nice!
event will be launched. The limited 5-star
Awesome.
Hyacinth, Gastrus, and Tree.
No!
The limited 5-star light cones.
No!
Rainbows adorn the sky, make farewells more beautiful, and if time were a flower,
That is diabolical.
in the second half of version 3.
No!
Another round of special warp
Finon!
reruns of the limited 5-star characters.
I still need a slide cone. Oh, god damn.
Thus burns the dawn, lies dance on the breeze, and flame of blood.
Nobody cares
blaze
about
my
you.
back.
Oh, damn it.
Thank you, Mr. Owlbert. Now that Amphorius' story
I don't have
is
enough
again,
polls.
the meaning of the Trailblaze feels heavier than ever to me. If fate truly
I've
guided
barely
the
saved enough for
Owlbert
Hyacinth
to
plus
the
Light
deadlocked
Cone
place,
and
in
Cyrene.
our encounters with each
And
Krytos
one-
heir, with
I believe 3
Cyrene,
weeks, not
and
even in the
with
same
this
patch, we
land
get
for all
Finon
of us.
plus his fucking Light
That's
Cone.
right.
Ah,
Remember
good
to get
lord.
into version 3.7 and experience the final chapter of the
Yeah, my
story
wallet's
yourself.
bleeding.
Now let's take a short break. When we come back, the project team will be here with more exciting.
I hate you, honestly.
Until later.
See you all in a
See you
little
I
bit.
really do.
Hi. What are you up to? You're so focused.
And honestly, it's so goddamn disrespectful that they even put Tribby in there. They know exactly what they're doing.
And it's
They
not
know
a
that people argue between Cyrene and Tribby.
Then, can I sit with you for a while?
Disgusting. It really is.
I feel like you're different from usual, friend. Is it because the story?
Genshin would never.
At times like
Never.
this, I just wish time would slow down or come to a stop.
But honestly, since the release of the Miliestra Wonderland, I don't want to hate about the HSR greed at all. Like, Genshin is just as fucking greedy as HSR is.
It looks like
HSR
you.
is just more open about it.
So, would you interpret this card for me?
Because the thing is, all the problems that
It's a
Cyrene
promise.
has
We'll stick together
are
till
solved
the
with
end.
her E2.
I believe, no matter what
Pay
lies
or
ahead,
fuck off,
as long as we all write the
F2P
ending,
peasant.
it'll be the most
And I think
romantic
that's
one.
disgusting. It's disrespectful to all their players. Don't forget who made you good, who made you great.
各位开拓者好，我是烧鸡，好久不见。
大家好，我是阿成。
And the audacity, if you remember, in the last Genshin live stream, where they said, we don't want to make money, we're just interested about the players and that they're all happy. No, you fucking aren't. You're a fucking company. You want to make money, which is totally fine. Just be open about it. Don't be greedy. Be fair. Most people are completely fine with spending like $5 or $10, but the Muyaster Wonderland is such a disgrace, really. Lots of people were hyped for it, and now no one is. Everyone hates it, and rightly so. I hate it too. I've played it for maybe half an hour. The minigames still aren't good, which is understandable. People need some time to make good games, that's all good. But the whole monetization system is so disgusting. You cannot, there are like the limited banner, which we know from the normal game, and the standard banner, and you cannot wish on the fucking limited banner as an F2P. You have to pay real money to get the currency to wish on that. Disgusting. That completely fucked it up. And it's just not worth it. I mean, the mannequin is bad. You can't use it as a normal unit in your normal Genshin game. The outfits are probably a matter of taste, some will like it, some won't, which is okay. But you have to keep in mind that you can just go on banana.com and you get skins for free, which look awesome, for all the characters you want.
相信新星铁道上线以来呢，开拓者在魔女宇宙、差分宇宙等诸多玩法更新中，都体会到了不同的乐趣和挑战。但我们一直在想，还有没有别的什么方式能带给开拓者新鲜？
I do understand that they're changing up their monetary system. That's okay. But they have to be at a level where you can play comfortably as an F2P. That is the core of Genshin and why Genshin is the biggest game. If you make it too expensive, you exclude at least a part of your audience. It's even ironic because the more you're F2P friendly, the more people are willing to spend. I believe we all started somewhere as F2P. I did too. I've played like 4 years or so as F2P. I only started paying with the release of Skirk because I wanted her C211. It's like basically a reward for a good game. The content is good, you spend a lot of time with it, you're emotionally invested, and then you think, okay, I want to support them, I'm happy with the game, I'll spend some money. And that's how it should be. That's probably also the biggest reason why I don't think that HSR is a good game. I'm very torn. I mean, I do play it, obviously, but I'm very torn between loving it and hating it. I do believe there is great potential in it, but they completely destroy it with how they handle the meta. It is too many releases, too many new characters, with too few wishes you have as F2P which you can spend. You have to pay real money to be somewhere near the meta, and you have to have not only the complete teams, like 4 specific characters for a team to play it and to clear the endgame. Most likely you also have to go with vertical investment, and I don't think that's a good decision. For example, I do have Castries and Evernight, both at C0, E0, and then I couple them with Linksha and the Trailblazer. And I can tell you, it doesn't work. I can't clear the endgame.
好嘞，这下可以
But
放
I
心了。
know I can as soon as I pull, for example, Hyacinth with a
后
light
备战
cone.
争中的内容也会不定期进行大大小小的更新，更多规则等信息就请大家关注官方资讯和专题网页来了解了。
当然，作为大型常驻玩法，丰富的奖励也是少不了的。除了
Plenty
挑
of
战获取的奖
rewards?
励外，
I don't
后
think
备战
so.
争也有与差分宇宙类似的周期奖励。
They're giving you like
从3.7
100
版本开始
jades.
这两个
That's
大
not
型
even a
常驻
full
玩法的周
pull.
期奖励将交替更新。
是的，我们也准备了一份时间更新表，方便开拓者了解。值得一提的是，后备战争的周期奖励会与差分宇宙稍有不同。比如这个看起来像是沉浸器的道具，叫做深度沉浸器，使用它
Just
能
give
无
me
限
more
战斗
currency
直接
for the
进入
hero
游戏
shop.
奖励中还有助燃券。
I just
在
bought
刷新各
the
种副本时
remembrance
使用
light
助燃
cone
券
for
消耗1英
CYRENE,
体力就能直接获
but
取
for the
奖励了。
refinements you have to,
哎，我好
I
想
believe
这
it
款
takes
游戏
like
好用
8 weeks or
游戏的
so
道具日常也
to
更
get
加轻松
them,
了。
which
是
is
的
a
不
lot.
仅如此呢，其他的副本也会从这个版本开始优化连刷的功能。开拓者在挑战力战余响、金石碎洞、凝滞虚影时，也可以一次性连刷了。而之前能连刷6次的拟泽花鳄，现在可以一
I
次
wonder
性
what
连刷
language that
24
is.
次了。
24次这么爽，
That's
没错
neither
在这个版
Korean
本呢，
nor
我们还
Chinese
会
nor
发现一个有趣的
Japanese.
功能——开拓穿搭。
这是头上顶了个猫膏，这不是开拓者房间里那只吗？
是的，以后就不止出现在房间里了，你能把它戴在头上出门溜达，让它见见世面。完成3.7的版本活动。
Yeah, let's see where they're going
获得
with
啊，
patch
这是很有
4.
开拓者的风格啊。
They really
除
have
了
to
猫膏
change
还有
a
什么福利内
lot
容吗？
to make the game more
完成
enjoyable.
3.7版本的主线任务后，
I've seen a lot of
开拓
people
者
drop
3.6
out
后的
because of the
就是
whole
主角
meta
关
thing and
此
monetization.
外，还有老朋友
Because
行星
most
之旅
people just
参加
aren't
即可
rich.
领取10张新轨专票。
Most people
而
can't
从这个版
spend
本开始
$100 bucks per
新进五
month
星角色托
for
巴和
their
道长还有他的光
favorite
辉
anime
也会加入
waifu.
到巨灵祝星商店的兑换。在3.7版本更新后，开拓者可以免费获得1枚旅伴精灵代币，用于兑换商店内的5星角色。
是最受
哦
欢迎的登录集领环节。
没错，登录机灵。
同时，
Interesting
3.7版本期间累计获得一定数量的古老木华，还能再获得1枚旅伴精灵代币。除此之外，还有以迷迷为原型的帽子，以及一份特别的新旅定制。
我们先来看看这顶帽子吧。哎，感觉可以叫它迷迷痛帽，走起路来很 Q 弹，有种
Who cares
爽爽
about
的
a
感觉。
hat?
所以它会在主线中出现吗？
Make Serene's
这
kid
就取决于
better.
开拓者们想以怎样的造型登场了。说完了帽子，再来
It's
看看
wrong
刚才提到的新旅定
priorities.
制吧。我们准备了一段视频。
Okay, she is fucking pretty. You have to give them that.
通过全新的装扮系统，就可以换上系联的新旅定制。更换后，
Stellar
角色的表现
cores
会发生一些变化，战斗时也会呈现出不同的效果。
Huh?
虽然迷迷痛帽不一定会登场，但这把弓会在
I don't
无
see a
法无私的
difference
决战中亮相，敬请期待。
而在游戏之外，后游费尔同人特别节目《奇美拉公园》也即将上线。
没什么能比在奇美拉公园度过假期更棒了。听，新培育的巨型奇美拉正在发出可爱嚎叫，让我们一
Yeah,
起
so
开
it
始
seems
这场
like
酝酿了3300
They haven't changed her kid at all,
此外
even after all the
同美光之
backlash.
肉的合作活动即将开启，
So all
本
hope
次
is
特别节目
lost.
将于11月初在狂吹肉首播，届时观看后
I
游费尔
wonder if
更
maybe
完
they
整
would
的
change it
肉
afterwards,
也有机会获得
like
丰厚奖
Zhang
励。
Li back in the day.
那么到这里，我们的分享快接近尾声了，还有最后10多天就是3.7开服的日子。
那更多内容就请大家期待3.7版本的正式上线，让我们一同启程，为翁法罗斯留下最温柔的结局吧。
Gentlest
我们
ending
列车上
from
见。
列车
Glorious.
上见，拜拜。
拜拜。
Yeah. Guys, make sure to redeem the codes before they're gone. What do you think? Are you happy with CYRENE? What do you think about the banners? Now that I've ranted for like good 20 minutes. But I'm really fucking angry. And they haven't teased anything about version 4.x, which I kinda expected. Do we actually know which region it's gonna be?
Welcome back, and a big thank you to the developers for sharing such amazing content with us.
Fuck
And
them
thank
developers.
you for doing Albert's job for him.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to what we just introduced, there's still more content in store for everyone in version 3.7.
That's right. In version 3.7, the Snack Dash event.
Okay, now we're getting the events, the mini games.
What's that?
Snacks? What snacks?
Little one, do you still remember Ranmei's creations back at the space station?
Huh, yeah.
But I'm glad they
Ranmei
always
designed
give
a
out a
training
free
program for these
10-pole
little snacks.
per patch.
Snacks will need to
That's
overcome
better than
multiple
nothing.
obstacles, reach the finish line, and compete for higher rankings. During the event, we'll be matched with friends from across the universe.
But
Witness
in
this
turn,
epic showdown between
sorry.
Kit Kats.
But even though we get a free
Oh,
10-pole, we don't have, you have to
Different
keep in mind, we
Kit Kats
don't have
have
any
different
exploration like in
characteristics
Genshin.
and abilities, and they excel in
That
different
means we
arenas.
will have
You can
less
survey
poles in
different
total, I
racing venues
believe.
and vote on potential track effects. Then select the K-Cat you think has the most promise.
Or does
and
the
support
does
that
the
one
endgame make up
pastry
for it? I
points.
don't think so.
When our chosen
Especially
Kit Kat
now
wins
with
the race, we
Stygian
earn even
and the
more
theater,
pastry
I
points.
believe Genshin is
Oh,
pretty
so this
much
time
on the
we're
same
talent
level,
scouts
if I'm
looking
correct.
For our star player. Tell me, are there any secrets to winning the competition?
Of course. During the event, you can use items with different effects to boost your chosen K-Cat.
And I don't know if that's
or
just my
interfere with
personal
other
feelings or
Kit-Kats.
experiences, but I do think
How
that
come you're allowed to
the
influence the results with these
the
tricks?
gacha system
Isn't that
itself,
kind of
like
unfair?
basically the luck you have, the luck they sell you,
If everybody
is
can
way
use
better
it,
in Genshin than it is in
it's like
HSR.
nobody's using tricks. Besides,
I'm
all part of
I'm
Madame Runmay's
basically
design.
always losing my
And to
50-50 in
enhance the
HSR.
ability to adapt on the spot.
I even
That's right.
lose against the
As a
light cone,
competition,
even it's said to
we
be
can give our
75%
pastry points
guaranteed.
to the Kit-Kats in exchange
And
for
I just
rewards.
don't have that in Genshin.
I'm gonna be so good at this.
Also, in version 3.7,
Couple that
we
with
have a
the
special event for
way
obtaining relics called
faster
Relic
meta
Recall.
change in HSR,
First, we can set
and
the
also
desired
the higher
relic set for a
prices in the
character.
HSR shop.
By playing through version
compared to
3.7
Genshin.
content, you can obtain access
And that's
cards.
just not,
Using these
it's
access
not
cards
sustainable, I
allows you to
think.
get
I think
fully
it will
enhanced
drive
5-star
more and more
relics from
people
chests.
away from the game over
During the
time.
event, you
if they
can
don't
obtain
change
a
anything.
complete set of relics. Later, if you get a relic for the same slot, you can choose which one to keep.
Oh, so
Oh,
by
that's
continuously
cool.
opening chests, we can obtain better relics. In other words, through this event, we can get a nice set of relics without spending stamina on domains. That's a big boost to our leveling up
Well, that's
efficiency.
nice.
That's absolutely right, Miss CYRENE.
That's great!
Pretty sweet.
Version 3.7 also introduces 2 new sets of planar ornaments.
2?
Amphorus, the Eternal Land, and...
But why 2? We only need 1 for CYRENE.
Relevant Planar Fisher and Gardener Planar events will return for a limited time too. Complete the challenges to earn double rewards.
Oh, I know what's next. We're reaching the end of our show, and it's time to say goodbye. Mr. Albert, is there
Already?
anything you'd like to say to everyone?
That was quick.
Me?
Yes, you. Say a few words. After all, you've been the special program host throughout the whole M4
I
story.
can't believe the banners.
Wow, am I getting
Oh
all
my
choked up?
god. And we were talking about it before the stream started.
Yeah, I mean, invited.
And I was saying, I remember I was saying, they're not like, they can't put Castries and Finon and Hyacine and CYRENE in the same patch, and they just don't give a fuck. They're doing it.
Coming to an end. Oh, Albert here thinks that version 3.7
Disgusting, it's ridiculous.
absolutely worth looking forward to, no matter how you look at it.
Definitely.
Well, there's no need to get too sentimental. I hope everyone enjoys this story and experiences all the moments of wonder and joy in version 3.7. See you
Fucking
next time.
yapping.
Stay brilliant.
Bye, everyone.
Ay, 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 ay. What's your opinion? What do you think about it? Ah, damn. Holy hell. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know if that's a good idea what they're doing, honestly. I don't think they should have put So many good characters in the same patch. Castries, Hyacinth, Tribi, Final. That's just that is diabolical. Plus the new unit CYRENE, who they actually want you to go for E2, which is even more pulls. That's crazy. Did you expect that? No, I didn't. Well, we already knew that they were quite greedy, but that's just unfair, let's be honest. Yeah, I feel you, 100%. Well, did they ever talk about actual kit changes during a stream? I don't think they want to acknowledge anything, like, according to the backlash. I think they will just release her as she is, and then after a few days or weeks, maybe they could change her. Basically what they did with Zhongli, if the backlash is big enough, especially from China, their main audience. These guys really do hold the power. If they complain and they say they want changes, then they will change it. I don't know what to think of it. On the other one side, I'm happy that we get cool reruns. I mean, for example, I needed Hyacinth for sure, but I also need Castries' Light Cone and Finon's Light Cone, and it is just unfair what they're doing. And the thing is, if you really think about it, if you're honest with yourself, let's say you spend, I don't know, let's say you spend a couple of $100 on these banners now to have a really good Finon team, to have a really strong Castries team. What then? A few weeks later, patch 4.x will be released, fucking up the whole meta again. Your favorite DPS is power crept in an instant, and you'll have to pull every 3 weeks for a new unit. They will make up some new mechanic, like for example Night Soul or the Not Cry mechanic. It's the same, it's the exact same with HSR. It's the same company. God damn. It's really hard to stay optimistic, let's be honest. I think the best thing to do really is to just be the most basic out-of-touch F2P player possible. Don't care about the meta, don't care about the end game. Play a little bit the main story and you're good to go. As soon as you're conflicted about the meta, your thoughts are in the meta, you're already lost. You're already spending money, because you can't keep up. Even if you spend money, how much do you want to spend? And it's fucking expensive. I don't think that people actually realize how expensive gacha games are. It's not like you have to spend $30 or $50 for a character. You're in the hundreds, depending on how lucky you are. I don't want to be forced to spend like $800 to have 2 good teams in HSR, which are then power crept in a matter of weeks. And that's the reason why Genshin just is a better game. And I stay by that. It's just better balanced. And that's also the reason why I'm much more inclined to spend money on Genshin. If you would have pulled, for example, if you would have invested in a, let's say, C1 Nouvelette 2 years ago, during the release of Fontaine, you would still have good value. Just put him together with, for example, Lauma in the Abyss. Easy. 36 stars, no problem. The equivalent, just think about it, the equivalent to, for example, Nouvelet, which was released 2 years ago, would be an HSR, someone like, who was released 2 years ago as a DPS? Firefly, Acheron? Look at them. No, I believe they were 1 year ago, weren't they? We have to, we have to even go 1 year further back in time. Which would mean the first Den Hang, his dragon form, would be the equivalent of Nouvelet. Think about that. That's crazy. It's like comparing... I don't want to say it. I was just about to say comparing Alikino with Razor, but the thing is, if you read it, we'll now get the Mondstadt buff through Durin, and actually Razor becomes competitive with DPSs like, for example, Raiden and Alikino. That's massive, that's crazy. Also, by the way, I think that they're doing a great job. That's exactly what you have to do with buffing older characters to incentivize people to pull on the banners for example, Venti or Albedo, because they're good again. I mean, the whole reason is not that people don't like them as characters or their lore, it's just because they couldn't use them in the endgame, because the new shiny unit is always the better one. But now they actually have valid use cases, which is great. And I think they should continue with exactly that. Give us Mondstadt this year. Liyue in, I don't know, a couple of months maybe. How awesome would it be to be able to clear the abyss with Hu Tao again? Or with Kaching? And especially someone like Raiden, for example, definitely needs a buff. Raiden, if you think about it, Raiden was such a great unit because she actually opened up the whole meta of Genshin in itself. She was the first time you were actually inclined to use actual rotations. We had Hu Tao before, which required you to maybe do a shield and do some hydro application before you can attack. But Raiden was the first time you were actually forced to plan out your rotation. That's the whole reason her kit works, and the whole energy recharge. And it was great. But she really got lost in time. Someone like Cyno has always been bad, Chlorant has always been mid, but until that point, Raiden has always somehow stayed meta relevant. But now you can really feel her age. Yeah, let's see what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing. Also, I'm very unsure. Currently, I'm thinking about pulling Nefer, if I should pull Nefer or not. I'm very sure that the Kid of Columbina will somehow buff the Not Cry Bloom reactions and the Electro Charge, all Lunar Charge reactions. But I don't think that they would make Columbina her main selling unit in this arc, especially for two characters, because thus far we only have Nefer and Flint's, who are lunar DPSs. If you think about it afterwards, in 6.4, let's play it through. 6.4, we will probably either get Varka or Sandra. 6.4 and 6.5. Then you already are at 6.6, which will be Nicole, and 6.7, which will be Alice. There literally is no room for any additional lunar DPSs. So where is the value of Columbina if she improves lunar DPSs? I don't want to pull this unit just to buff two others. And on top, if you want to build a complete team, you also need either Lauma or Inefa for these specific two DPSs. So either that's it, or they're throwing in additional DPSs, which means we will get 1, 2, or 3 patches after Columbina with 2 new characters per patch. I don't know what their plan is. And you can't just make someone like Sandron or Vaga lunar, because they just have normal visions. They don't have the Notcry visions, the moon wheels. In 6.3, so the banners for 6.2 are actually pretty clear as of right now, if you didn't know. We will get Durin and Venti, together with Varesa and Shilonen. What about 6.3? In 6.3, obviously, we will get Columbina, together with probably Escoffier. Which, by the way, would make an awesome weapon banner. Both weapons, I believe that Columbina's weapon will be good, and we know that the pole armor of Escoffier is one of the best in the entire game. So then we have the second phase, which will probably be Nouvelet, because he's supposed to be to get a skin for the Lantern Rite. And then we have one more spot, which people rumor will be the White Horse Adeptus, which is, to keep it short, it's like a mythical figure and kind of a sibling to Venti. Like it's an offspring of Istaroth. And then in 6.4, I believe we should actually get a rerun for Skirk. This would go in line with the timeline for Escoffier. And then we're already almost at the end of Notcry, which means we have to rerun all the Notcry characters, which means Inefa, Flintz, Nefer, Durin. They all have to rerun at the end of Notcry again. So our banners are almost full already. And by the way, they will release some new weapons in 6.2 together with the Durin, and these weapons are actually cracked. There is one bow which I believe will be the best in slot for official. If I remember correctly, it's something like damage increase for skill and burst off field, which is perfect for official, but also for most other characters. You could even use it, for example, on Yelan. We'll also get a new sword, I believe, for Durin. I wouldn't advise going for his signature, because we do have a lot of very, very good alternatives for example, attack or energy recharge, depending on what you want to improve on him. And also we have the Moonweaver sword from the New World quest, which probably is designed specifically for him, let's be honest. I'm still curious, and I'm very on the edge about Columbina, if she's gonna be a catalyst or a sword user. I think, let's be realistic, she should be a catalyst, because she's not the melee fighting type character. But I want her to be a sword user, because it would go much more in line with the lore that I made up in my head. And also, she would be able to wield the Notcry craftable sword. The craftable sword is a worse version of the Key of Kajnizud, the signature for Lino, which means it scales with HP, and as we all expect, Columbina will be a Hydra unit, meaning she will scale with HP, so that sword would be perfect for her, going in line with the craftable polearm, which is good for Flintz, and the craftable catalyst, which is good for Nefer. But overall, I do think that Nefer is probably the worst DPS of Notcry. Not because in terms of DPS or damage, but because her team is pretty bad, let's be honest. Even if we switch out Aino for Columbina, you still have the problem of sustainability, of a sustain. You don't have any shielder or healer in there that fits really well. You could... The best thing you could do is going with Kokomi. Because you need 2 Hydro units anyway for the application. But you could... You're already solving all these problems with the Nefa, for example, for Flints. Because the Nefa brings a shield. It's said that Varka is meant to be played together with Venti, Durin, and the White Horse Adeptus, which I don't think is to be considered viable at this point, because we don't know anything about the fucking horse. But I can see him being good together with Durin. Durin is one of the best supports, I believe, in the entire game. Just because of his versatility. And he's much more valuable than, for example, Shilonen because of his pyro element. You can actually cause reactions with that. It's his application, if you've seen it, is more frequent than, for example, Mavuika's, and his DPS is, I believe, even better than Mavuika off-field. You could do all crazy stuff. I believe it's worth pulling him just for the old Mondstadt characters. Do you have a Razor in your account? Then pull for fucking Durin. Throw them together with, for example, Fischl, and you already have a 5-star team. You don't need Arlecchino. You don't even need Flints. I really hope they won't change it. It also pushes Bennett a little bit away out of the meta, which is a good thing, I believe. He's carried us for 5 years. His duty should be over. He's done enough. And if you still want to use him, it frees him up for a second team on the Abyss, for example, or a third one on the Stygian. Durin, in my opinion, is SS. Really good. Columbina has to be seen. We need more viable info around a kid. I'm curious about Varka, because it's probably a little bit too loud. I don't want to say that I'm afraid, but there is a possibility, I think, that they could mess up Varka's kid, because he will be, of course, a greatsword user, claymore user. But how do you want to apply Anemo? How do you want to use it? Is he going to be AoE? Is he going to be... He has to be on field. I mean, the only thing I could see is that he has a better version of Jean's skill. That you do like... Imagine it like Noelle with Geo, but with Anemo. That you do like normal attacks and you have maybe some sort of Anemo lance in front of you. And then you can slash through groups of enemies. I don't think there will be any grouping involved in his kit, because we do have Kazuha and Venti, and they want you to pull Venti for Varka, mark my words. They wanna sell the old units again. I'm curious about Sandrone. After the 6.2 Archon quest, I really grew to like Sandrone as a character. I think she's quite interesting. Usually, Geo DPSs are quite bad. I do believe her to be a DPS, by the way. I don't see her in any supporting or buffing capabilities. The problem is that Geo DPSs usually are quite bad. I mean, look at Navia. Navia has been good for, I don't know, 12 weeks? Kinda? And then she fell off. It's just the nature of the Geo element. There's nothing you can do about it. And I would much rather, if I imagine I don't have any polls, like 0 polls and 0 cash in the bank account, I would just wait it out. Don't pull Sandrone, don't pull Varka. The only thing you really need in this patch, mark my words, are Nicole and Alice. These 2 bitches will power creep everything there has ever been before. I I am willing to say that Alice will power creep Mavuika. And why is that, you ask? My dear summer child? Because Alice will be able to use Melt. And that's the reason in the first place that Mavuika is so busted, because she can make use of Melt, which probably no one else can, really, that good. I mean, we can use it, for example, with Gaming or with Alkino, but it just scales better with Mavuika. And it will scale even better with fucking Alice. And Alice gets a very good dedicated support in form of Nicole, which, in my opinion, will be stronger for pure damage than Citlalius for Mavuika. And now, imagine you have Alice and Nicole, who will be crazy strong, and then you throw them together with, for example, Durin, who gives you Resh Red, who gives you sub DPS, who gives you everything you want. And that's not all. Then you throw in, for example, I don't know, Bennett maybe? You can put even Zhangli in there. I think that will be the best team by far, because they have to power creep Mavuika with someone in time. And I don't think they will wait till the Tsaritsa. That's too long. Mavuika already has been on top of the meta for an entire year. That is unseen, unheard of. And look at how much they hate Nuvalet because he was so good, because he is so universal. They absolutely regret making Nuvalet that good as he is. I swear to God, they wish they would have made him worse. And you can actually feel how they're trying to push out Nuvalet of the endgame. You actually, if you're actually honest with Nuvalet and the endgame, you're not supposed to use him. You're not. And that hasn't been the case before. Of course, you were incentivized to use Night Soul, of course. But you still could use Nuvalet. The only reason you can can use him now, I'm sorry. I've talked so much already. The only reason you can use him right now is because of the nature of the elements itself, of the reactions. Because coincidentally, he is Hydro, the best element in the entire game, which you have to use for Bloom and Electrocharged. That's crazy. Yeah. Alright. I would say that's enough yapping for now. I'm still in shock about the banners from HSR. I don't know, maybe I'll go live this evening or tomorrow. I'm not quite sure. I don't actually have anything to play or to show you. It's mainly in Genshin and HSR, it's mainly just waiting for the next patch as of right now. There's nothing really to do. I could play, well, I do have the Withering Waves quest still, the main quest. That would be a good idea. Would you want to see that? The new Withering Waves? Then I can actually go live today with Withering. That's also a game. Actually, if we're honest, we should prioritize Withering Waves before something like, for example, HSR, because HSR is so greedy and all the problems that I just yapped about for an hour are solved already in Withering Waves. I really do believe that this is a legit better game than the fucking Hoyo games, but there's something missing. I don't know what it is. Something draws me to Genshin, something draws me to HSR, even though I hate fucking HSR. I'm sorry, but I do. But I also love it. And Withering Waves does so many things good, so many things way better, but I can't get into it. There's not this feeling of coming home. When I open up Genshin, I don't know, my brain explodes. The serotonin is off the charts. But I don't have it with the Wuthering Waves. It looks better. It's more F2P friendly. The story is way better. Let's be honest. No one can deny that. I mean, the 6.2 Archon Quest, especially of Genshin, is great. By far the best Archon Quest they have made thus far. It's really good. But if you play, for example, I remember, for example, the Carithia quest in Wuthering Waves. That was awesome. That was pure cinema, literally. And it's told in a much more coherent way than, for example, HSR. It doesn't mean it's not complex. The characters are good and fleshed out, the story is interesting. But if we take HSR, I don't understand what's going on. I have no idea. Who's dead, who's alive, and I don't give a shit. And Wuthering Waves has a good balance of storytelling and showing what actually is going on. I should play it more. I know. Okay guys, enough yapping. Thank you for joining in. I hope you liked the banners as they turned out. I hope you will be successful in pulling CYRENE. I hope you will be happy with her kit and her awful stack generation. I hope you have good teams for her. Just put her in a Castries Evernight team and you will be good. She won't work anyone else, believe me. Maybe an Axa, but definitely not Finon. You're better off with other characters like, for example, Sunday or Trivi or even Robin probably. And definitely Bronya. Thank you so much, guys. And I wish you all a good weekend. I will be live either today in a few hours or tomorrow evening. I don't know yet. Thank you all. See you next time.